In obedience of the proclamation of His Excellency Preston Smith, Governor of the State of Texas, convening the 62nd Legislature to meet in special session in Austin, Texas, the seat of government, on this, the 28th day of March, 1972, at 10 a.m., I hereby call the House of Representatives of the State of Texas to order.
Representative Jim Slater brought the House to order this morning with every appearance of optimism. That was 8 hours ago. Once representatives decided how they'd go about electing their permanent speaker, things went fairly smoothly. But it took until 2 o'clock to decide that. The end result was a sort of semi-secret ballot in which representatives wrote the name of their candidate on paper and signed it, and it was later read. Rayford Price of Palestine ended up on top in the election after a runoff against DeWitt Hale of Corpus Christi. But the whole process took so long that Governor Preston Smith's message to the special session had to be postponed until Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Senate quickly got its business out of the way and spent most of the afternoon waiting for the House. Hearings scheduled in the Senate for tomorrow morning apparently must wait until after the governor's message. Bill Reynolds, Channel 8 News on the Move in Austin.
There's mistrust in this House, and I hope that we can dispel it in the short period that we're here. But I know that many of you feel it, but I hope that you'll give me a chance to show that this mistrust has got to be done away with and that we can get on with the work of the state of Texas. I love you all, and thank you very much.
So far, I don't think there's any.
They haven't told you about anything that's going to happen to you?
No, just have to sign a paper stating we will not participate in any sort of activity of this kind again.
What happens to your demands now? What are you going to do about them?
Well, I don't know. I hope the parents and the administration can get together and work something out.
These are
It took almost 6 hours for representatives to decide first by what method they were going to elect a speaker, and then to elect Rayford Price as speaker, and that by a narrow margin. It came down to a runoff election between Price and DeWitt Hale, but Price won out and is now in the speaker's chair.
Pursuant to HSR number 1, passed earlier today by this legislative body, I now give you the oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me using your own name. I, James L. Slaughter,
I, Rayford Price,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 62nd Legislature
the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 62nd Legislature
of the State of Texas.
A message from the governor that was proposed for this afternoon has been delayed until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning because of the time taken by the House to reach its decision. The Senate, on the other hand, has approved most of its bills, and they'll be heard tomorrow after the joint session at which Governor Preston Smith will give his message. Phil Reynolds, Channel 8 News on the Move in Austin.
So I felt like I wasted my time to come out.
Do you think anything was accomplished by the meeting?
No, because I feel like I had to come in today to get my son reinstated, so we could have just gone at that, you know, have the parents to come in and get the kids back in school. We didn't do anything last night.
In your meeting this morning, was your son reinstated back into school?
Yes, he'll return to school tomorrow. He's recommended to return tomorrow.
What kind of disciplinary action will be taken against you?
Well, I didn't really begin competing till I was 15, and really right now there are girls here who are 15 years old that are doing dives that I didn't learn till I was 20. So I was really a late starter in this day and age. But I started competing nationally when I was in college.
Would it be true, you know, we look around at the fantastic growth of competitive swimming and the emphasis on youth. Are divers' best years in their 20s, or is it a young person's sport also?
Well, I would say you have to begin young, but I think it takes a number of years to mature and really achieve the consistency in diving. I think that's why you'll find more of the divers are a little older or stay with it longer than most of the swimmers will.
Are the techniques that you utilize at all comparable? Could you carry those over, say, into gymnastics? Is there a degree of similarity in what you do and what a gymnast does?
Yes, there's a degree, but I think you have to make up your mind which way to go, because you just can't be a jack of all trades in this day and age. You have to concentrate either in gymnastics or in the diving. And there's no way you could be a national caliber in both unless you're an extremely exceptional person.
You know, given what happened to you in Mexico City with a broken hand, you've got to really be pointing toward Munich.
Well, that's for sure. I've enjoyed diving since the games. I'm really glad that I stuck with it, but I'm looking forward to Munich, and all I can do is hope. July are the tryouts.
There was a point, I guess, when you considered giving it all up.
Well, I never did intend to compete after 68, but when I had the accident and came back and watched diving, you know, the year afterward, I just decided I had some diving in me and wanted to try again.
Well, there's more togetherness, and a lot of us have been together more so than any other, you know, organization. As far as trades, people coming in and out, and it's paid off because the players that are here now haven't been in and out, so it may make a difference.
Would you, of course, you'd want to finish first, but that appears, at least for this year, to be a little bit of a high goal, do you think?
Well, I think we should be in the top 3. I really do. I don't know what should hold us back. We should work maybe on more fundamentals and just concentrate on execution. You know, we haven't maybe executed in the past as well as we should have, but I think we will now because a lot of us are more optimistic and more relaxed.
Be kind of nice to have a crowd behind you too, won't it?
That's right. Being a good town always helps.
Well, we like to think there's several things. Some of our new programs we feel has influenced it. I'm very elated over it, but I still have some reservations about it because this is a fantastic decrease, and I just keep my fingers crossed that it'll keep going down. But specifically, we have some two-man cars that we've inaugurated in some of the more high-incident areas. We have foot patrols that we've put in some of the real close, high problem areas. Programs like this, we think, has helped our crime, yes.